Hello everyone, this is Argentine Scale Modeler here, back with another model build. Today's build will be the legendary and mighty P-51D Mustang in 1/48 scale from Hasegawa. I've built the Hasegawa kit before in the Italeri boxing as the P-51DK long range in the Pacific Theater, and I have also built some of the Tamiya offerings, the P-51B and C and D. Only P-51. Nah, no important. Doesn't matter. I can tell you that Tamiya wins for ease of assembly because it has only 3 sprues and Hasegawa has like 5. And then the Hasegawa kit has 2 shallow wheelbase and the landing gears aren't dropped. So I like the Tamiya kit better, just for that. But anyways, you can see here the box art with jumping jacks as the box art plane of Lieutenant J.E. Young with the Bugs Bunny on the artwork. Here you can see the long side P-51D Mustang, Hasegawa, blah blah blah. And here you can see the finished model photo of the box art plane. Regarding the contents, we have, I think, 3 decal options. The one which I will be building is going to be, let me grab the instructions. The one I will be building is going to be Leonard K. Carson's Foxtrot Tango Lima in the European Theater FTL with the yellow nose and a natural metal scheme. This one, H Hotel Oscar from 352nd Fighter Group, is from Tamiya 2, and this one, the box art plane, is from the Pacific Theater, which I don't always fancy to build, though I should build more often. Okay, now I also wanted to tell you that I've been having some troubles with YouTube. I have had 2 videos removed of a German plane, the same one, because I wanted to see if the song was the issue, but it wasn't. I think it was the name of the pilot, but doesn't matter. I got now 2 community strikes, one that ends in October 28th, right now, in 17 days, and the other one that ends in January of 2025. So if you can't see more of my videos, that will be because my channel was terminated and I won't be able to do anything about it. But okay, I will be building this kit. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please sit tight and I'll see you all once the propeller is done and the cockpit. Alright guys, now that the BF-109K4 has been finished, it's time to start building the P-51. I have already painted the propeller blades and the nose cone in accordance to the Hasegawa instructions, which will be for Glenn T. Eagleston's aircraft Foxtrot Tango Lima with the American Eagle and the kill marks. Okay, let's start, but first let me see if the glue flows from my bottle of glue. Let me check quickly. It doesn't. Now I'll unclog the nozzle. Let me do it quickly. There we go. There we go. Now let's start by grabbing the base of the propeller and applying the glue. 1 and 2. These are the first ones. You can see the propeller has a small key like this, and that shows you how it should go. Okay, first propeller glued. Now the second one. There we go. Now the third one and the fourth one go over here. Like this. Of course, oops, There we go. Now the fourth one. There we go. The 4 props are aligned in place. And now I'll add the nose cone. Plain glue over here to this side. Let me reattach this one over here. There we go. Let me apply some more glue here. There we go. And now I'll grab the nose cone and attach it in place. There we go. Propeller has been built. There we go. We have the completed propeller. Now I leave it to dry and then I'll start work on the cockpit. Alright guys, with the propeller drying, it's time to turn my attention to the cockpit assembly. This is a bit more complicated than the Tamiya effort, but it's a bit more detailed, so I also didn't have many issues when building it for the first time. Okay, first let's grab the cockpit floor and attach parts B9 and B8. B9 and B8 go here and here. B9 is this one and goes over here, and B8 goes like this over here. There we go. Now let's attach the other parts, which go over here and here and here. Is this one, and it goes on. Let me check. Oops, I attached one part wrong. Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't. This one goes over here, and the glue goes on this side. Now I'll attach this part here. Let me remove a screw gate that's bothering me. And attach it on like this. There we go. Let me enlarge the holes. And this one too. And now let me try again. I'll apply glue here, here and here. And this one goes on like this. It should go on like this. There we go. Now we have a positive fit. Perfect. Now let me grab the control stick. First let me grab the seat and glue it like this. Goes on like this. I grab the glue, grab the glue and glue the seat to the backrest. There we go. like this. Now carefully I'll attach the seat to the base of the cockpit. Like this. First let me add glue to this side because otherwise the seat won't fit. There we go. Now it's time to add the control stick over here, then the instrument panel, and then the rudder pedals, which go on this side. First the control stick, which goes like this. There we go. Now the instrument panel, which is this one, and attaches on like this. And now the rudder pedals, which attach like this here, over here. Let me apply glue to the instrument panel over here because otherwise it will get loose. There we go. Now let me attach the side panels A8 and A9. A8 is this one, and it attaches on like this. I'll apply glue here and here and glue it on like this. There we go. And now the other panel, which attaches the same way. Applying glue here and to the sides. And this one goes like this. There we go. Now carefully I'll glue the cockpit to the fuselage, to one of the fuselage hubs, and then let it dry. But first let me glue part A2, which goes on which goes on this groove and attaches on like this. Now let me grab the cockpit and attach it over here with some glue needed over here. And this one goes over here. Of course I could make a better job, and I'll add glue to the side of the side of the cockpit side walls. And now I'll reattach them. There we go. I'll leave it to dry like this. And now I'll attach, this is step 3. I'll glue the radiator bay, which is this one, like this. And which attaches to where does it attach? Attaches on this groove that the intake has. Goes like this and attaches on like this. There we go. And now I'll add the other part, which attaches from the I don't know how it is called, but it goes like this over here, and goes on like this. There we go. Touches like this. Now I'll grab the tail wheel. Maybe what I'll do is grab the other fuselage half and then glue it in place to the other side of the other fuselage half. I think it will be great progress. Let me clean up the fuselage first. Not much cleanup needed, thankfully. Now I grab the tail wheel and glue it in place on these two holes. There we go, and here's the other. The tail wheel attaches like this. There we go. Now carefully I grab my tape, which is here, and I'll apply glue to the other side, to this fuselage half, and then I glue everything together. Applying glue to this side too. Of course, this is flush. I forgot to remove it. There we go. Now let's continue where we were, applying glue here to the back side of the fuselage, to the tail, there we go, here, and now carefully on this side of the fuselage half, and now carefully I'll attach them together. One side is done. Let me tape it in order for them to not break apart. One side is done. Now it's time to glue this side. I don't know why it doesn't fit. There we go, it fits. There we go. Now I'll apply more glue here and let the capillary action do its work, while at the same time taping it together to avoid any drifting of the parts. On the rudder too, over here. There we go. Now the lower side fits, and I'll add glue and glue over here. There we go. I think which part is not letting me glue everything. The rear side is okay, but I think it's the radiator intake. There we go. This side goes on like this. On the top I need more glue. Ah yes, it is this part that is clashing the detail. There we go. Now I can close this by applying glue. There we go. And I'll tape it to secure it in place. There we go. I'll add tape here too, and I leave it to dry properly. But first let me add glue to this side and add the, I don't know how this piece is called, but it was called for in instructions. Okay, now the fuselage is complete. I'll add C2 now, A26 I mean. Yes, A26 will be added now, if I can find it. Here it is. A26 and the intake splitter part, which goes on the intake. A26 goes over here. There we go. And now it's time to add, if I can find it, A27, which is the intake for the radiator, or I don't know how it is called. Do tell me in the comments, because most likely I was butchering everything on my other aircraft too. Okay, first let's add glue here. There we go. And carefully I'll attach this part like this. No, I was doing it incorrectly. Let me glue it again like this. There we go. We have the fuselage complete and the propeller is complete too. Now I will leave this to dry for quite a while before tackling the wings, which will be the easiest step of the entire aircraft if I don't have any fit issues. Okay guys, with the fuselage of the aircraft drying, it's time to assemble the wings. As you can see, I have already opened the holes for the fuel tanks, which I still don't know if they will be the paper tanks, the long ones, or if they will be the usual metal ones. I don't know which ones I will choose, but I know any of those will be valid. Okay, now let's start by building the wings. I'll apply glue to the contact areas of the wing, which itself are really narrow, and apply glue on the outer edge of the wing. Now I will glue one of the top parts of the wing and tape it together. There we go. Taping one side, taping this side, And now I'll tape the wingtip because it isn't closing. There we go. And now I'll go for the other side. I'll apply glue here on the contact point 2. There we go. And now on the trailing edge of the wing, and I glue the other top half of the wing in place. There we go. Now I'll do the same as on the other side and tape it together. Taping this area too. And now I will add the how are they called, the fuel tank racks for the wings. Okay, now checking instructions. I need to use parts B4 and B5. B5 go on the left side and B4 goes on the right side. So grabbing the sprue, I'll add B5 first. And then I'll add the small bracings for the fuel tanks, which will be done off camera because they are really small and I don't want to mess anything up. There we go. Now B5, I apply glue here. There we go. And now I glue it like this in here. Now B4, which I glue now, but first I will remove the sprue gates. Let me check something. I'll apply glue. There we go. And now I'll glue this part to the other side of the wing. There we have it. We have the wings complete. What I could do now is glue the horizontal stabilizers. What do you guys think? Should I glue them? Yes, I glue them now. Let me grab them from the sprues. C21, both are the same for each side, so I think there won't be issues on attaching them. Both are C21s. Let me remove them from the sprue gate. One stabilizer and the other one goes right now onto the workbench. Removing some sprue gates. Now I'll attach both stabilizers in place. Applying glue. One stabilizer goes in here. Which I'll carefully align. And now the other one. Applying glue like I did to the other one. And down here too. The downside of these stabilizers is that they don't have the tight fit Tamiya has on their Mustang, so it may they may take a bit of time to properly align until the glue sets. which I think I will do by adding some tape to them. There we go. One part of the one side goes like this, and the other side like this. There we go. Now we have the stabilizers aligned, and I'll wait for some hours before returning to the model and attaching the wings. As you can see here, they are aligned. Are they? Yes, they are. Now I leave them on the box of the kit to dry. Yes, I will add the shackles for the fuel tanks right now. Applying glue here, 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 and here. There we go. Let me check how they go. Touching one now, like this. There we go. One shackle has been added. Now the second one. There we go. Second one has been added. Hopefully they won't break once I'm painting the aircraft. Now the third one. I'm doing them one by one because I don't want to lose any of them in case one pings into oblivion. There we go. Fourth shackle, and now the third shackle, and now the fourth one. It's cool to note that Hasegawa includes a total of 10 shackles, and you're supposed to use one sprue, and then the other one goes for the spare box. There we go. We have the bone shackles attached. Perfect. Now I will leave you with this shot, and I'll finish the build for today before coming back to it later today or tomorrow. So take care all, and I'll see you in the next clip, which will be the installation of the installation of nothing. I will start painting it. So take care, and I'll see you in the next clip, which will be maybe painting or not, or the decaling directly after everything is dry. Alright guys, with the wings fully dry, it's time to join the fuselage to the wings, to mate the fuselage to the wings. This will be an easy step because it doesn't require much effort. I dry fitted the wings and they fit perfectly, perfectly snugly, the mouthful. But first I will grab pieces B18 and A11 and glue them to the fuselage. Okay, first let me grab the needed parts, which are B11 and what is it, A18 I think. I should add one of the actuator rods that go onto that part. First B2, which is here on the sprue B. As I told you, it would be there. There we go. One piece removed. Now I glue it on this hole carefully. Hasegawa doesn't indicate how the part should go, so I'll just glue it like this. Goes inside the fuselage, and now I'll attach part A11. Which goes on over that small part. Applying glue here, and then some glue over here, and I'll attach it like this. There we go. Now with my tweezers I will accommodate it in place. There we go. Now accommodating this small part like this over here. And now, before attaching the wings, I will attach part B18 in position. Where is it? Where are you, B18? Is this one? B18, here it is. There we go. I'll clean it slightly because otherwise it won't fit. And I will glue it in over here. Is the glue flowing? No, it isn't. Is it flowing? Yes, it is. Now it is flowing. I'll apply glue to the sides and apply it here, and now I'll glue this piece in place. There we go. Now changing perspective, I will grab the fuselage and apply glue to the connecting areas of it in order to attach the wings. Here goes one side, and on this side too, and here goes on the other side the glue. There we go. And now I'll attach the wings to the fuselage. There we go. We have a nice join. Perfect. I'll now tape the bottom together so the assembly doesn't fall. And once everything is dry, I will start sanding the fuselage. First, I will apply some tape on one side in order to close Of course, it had to break the tape. I grab another one. There we go. Let's better leave it like this in order to not have so much dihedral, which is incorrect. Okay, now I will leave you with this, and I'll see you all once it's time to paint the kit. I will prime it with light gray in order for the metallic coat to bite to the surface. Alright guys, as you can see, the aircraft is entirely assembled. I have also filled some areas with Vallejo's plastic putty, and the masked parts are the required zones for the black bands on the horizontal stabilizers, and the nose is painted in olive drab. So what I will do now is to paint everything in light gray primer, which is this one, Hellgrau 76 from Rebel. And then once it's dry, which I reckon will need a single coat, I will be able to apply the metallic paint in several thin coats. Okay, let's start with the empennage. As you can see, there isn't any need for more coats because a single one covers everything. Applying paint on this side. Doesn't matter if the pigments change color because it will be all covered by the metallic paint, so no worries with that. What I'm worried is that the paint will pull and create ugly blobs which will be needed to be sanded after everything is dry. Okay, let's begin. Let's continue the priming stages on the fuselage. Applying the light gray paint like this. There we go. On the empennage. Here too. Then this area will be painted in matte black. Applying paint here. Turning the model to the other side and I'll paint it like this. I'll apply paint to the radar of the aircraft on the left side. There we go. Carefully I'll paint surrounding the tail wheel to avoid damaging it. And now let's paint the underside of the aircraft. There we go. The lower sides are done. Now it's time to paint the lower sides carefully. Maybe I'll need to apply a second primer coat, but I think I will only need one. I think if I need more, those won't be shown on the on camera because I'll paint them off camera. But what I'm sure I won't show is the decaling of the aircraft because it's too nerve wracking and I risk damaging the decals with the camera being in front of me. There we go. Once everything is painted, I will paint the nose light gray too. There we go. I'm spreading the paint as much as possible to avoid it forming pools on the fuselage, which I'll need to paint here because I accidentally put my hand over the paint. Okay, now let's go for the upper sides. I can use also black or another type of gray because I'm sure it only needs to coat evenly to have a smooth metallic finish. There we go. Now on the other side. There we go. I'm finishing the painting stage of the primer, and now let's apply the paint to the lower side of the fuselage, and now we have a completely primed aircraft, which tomorrow will be painted in the metallic paint, and if I have time I will add the decals if I have time, because I need to varnish it with gloss, and I don't know how much time that will take to cure. There we go. There we go. Now I leave it like this overnight to cure, and tomorrow I will paint the metallic color, which will be Rebel 90 silver. I have this pot and also have a new one which I bought a while ago. Okay, all, see you tomorrow. Alright guys, I'm proud to comment that the P-51D is now ready for the decals. I only need to gloss varnish it and then apply the stars, the markings for the pilot and all of that. The windscreen, not the bubble canopy, will need to have a decal applied with the name of the pilot. As you can see, it's not the most colorful P-51, but it does the job. I follow the Edward painting instructions because the Hasegawa one didn't show the black bars or the ID black bars on the stabilizer. And yeah, now I leave this, I'll apply the gloss coat and then I'll apply the decals, which will be maybe tomorrow, most likely, because I will have more time. So take care, and I'll see you all once the aircraft once the aircraft receives its landing gear struts. Alright guys, the aircraft has been fully varnished and now it's time to add the main landing gear struts. I have also, as you can see, added the tail wheel and the tail wheel. Once everything is dry, I will attach the nose gear the main gear wheels, and then the gear doors. Let me do something carefully. There we go. Okay, now let's glue the gear doors. One will be glued right now. Like this. There we go. I think it's completely attached perfect to the gear well. Let me apply some pressure without breaking it, and now I'll attach the other landing gear strut. Of course, the glue had to cure on the nozzle right now. Now let's attach the other gear strut. Applying glue. There we go. There we go. Both gear struts are now attached onto the aircraft. And are aligned perfectly with each other. The fit is quite tight, and I think the wheels won't fall off. So now I will glue the landing gear wheel, the main gear wheels, I mean. So let me remove them from the screw gates. One wheel is removed, and the other one I'll apply glue to the inside of the wheel. There we go. And I glue it in place. There we go. And now the other wheel. There we go. And attach it like this. There we go. Both wheels are attached. And now I leave them to dry for some hours before continuing with the assembly. Alright guys, now that the propeller has been added, and it was a rather traumatic experience because I had to remove the blades of the propeller because the alignment tabs were too large, were protruding too far inside the nose to have a nice fit, so I had to remove each blade, trim them, and then reglue them in place. Now I start adding the landing gear doors. First, the tail wheel doors, which are these ones, the small ones, which will be glued carefully, applying glue, and hopefully none of those will go flying now. Of course, the glue had to solidify. Let me unclog the nozzle of the glue again. There we go. Now, where were we? Ah yes, the installation of the gear doors. Okay, now let's glue each other. 1, 2. This one goes over here. There we go. One door is on. Now the second tail wheel door. Applying glue carefully. And I'll add the other gear door in here. Of course, it doesn't fit. Let me have some care regarding the fit. Now, carefully. There we go. There we go. We have both rear landing gear doors attached. Now let's attach the main gear doors, applying glue here and here. One goes over here. There we go. The other one goes on the other side. Applying glue here and here. And I'll attach it like this. There we go. And now it's time to add the main gear doors. Which are these ones. So some glue goes to the contact point and gets added like this. Carefully. Now I think I read somewhere that the main gear doors drooped when the oil pressure wasn't on, but I don't know, so I will just leave them like this as the instructions tell me, because I don't want to ruin the model. And now let's apply glue to the other gear door. And glue it like this. There we go. Now carefully I will grab 2 paint bottles and do this. Of course it had to fall over. There we go. There we go. Now I can start by adding the fuel tanks, the external fuel tanks, and once that's done I will glue the clear parts, which I still need to paint. And I need to add a small decal, which is the name of the pilot, Eagleston I mean, not stone. Okay, now carefully I will grab the glue and apply some of it over here and over here too. There we go. I glue the fuel tanks on, first on this side, there we go, and now on the other side. Of course the landing gear doors are falling over, I correct them, but first I will attach the fuel tank. There we go. I know what I will do. Let me apply some glue over here, and by some magic, nope, of course they need to be re-added. Let me check the instructions again. This one goes over here. And this other one goes goes on this side. There we go. There we go. We have the remaining parts on. Now what it remains is to add the clear parts, which will be painted as soon as possible. Oh, annoying. Let me add the fuel tank again. Okay, now let's attach the fuel tank again. There we go. Now I will leave them to dry, and I'll attach the clear parts once everything is painted and decolled. Now I'll leave you with the model like this, and I'll come back to it once it's time to attach the clear parts. Alright guys, this is the final moment for the kit. It's time to add the clear parts. As you can see, what was holding me was the addition of the Lieutenant Colonel GT Eagleston decal on the cockpit border, clear part border I mean. But now that is done, I will be gluing the clear parts. First the windscreen, which goes like this. The white glue goes over here, and I glue the windshield like this. There we go. And now I glue the windscreen, the sliding canopy. That's how it is called. With some glue on this side. There we go. Now carefully I will glue it in place. And there we have it, folks. A complete P-51. No, let me. Let me adjust it a bit. There we go. Here we have it, a fully built P-51D Mustang in 1/48 scale from Hasegawa. Remember when I mentioned the prop blades being a troublesome fit? Well, I now know that it was something of my own doing, because on instructions Hasegawa tells you to, where is it? Here it is. To build the nose cone and the propeller hub first and attach it to the prop shaft, and then add the propellers. That's because once the nose cone is added into the prop shaft, the blades act as keys that allow the propeller to spin. So it wasn't a fault of the kit, it was of my own doing. That it happened also when I built it back some years ago as Chuck Yeager's P-51D, which I had the same issue, but I didn't reason the issue being of my own doing. I thought it was something Hasegawa had done incorrectly. Whatever, the kit is complete. Now I will take the final reveal pictures, edit the video, and upload it to YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will be an oldie from Rebel, an AR-240 C2 Night Fighter. This kit is not very old, it's from the 90s, but the boxing is old. The decals have gone a bit awry, but thanks to Microscale's liquid decal film, I was able to test one decal, which was the instrument panel of the kit, this one, and I was able to make it work on the kit. Hopefully the decals won't peel once they are applied. Okay, now I leave you with this shot. Take care all, and I'll see you in the next video.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Adam boys, give her the gun. Down we dive, spouting a flame from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, we'll go down in flame. Nothing will stop the USFO. sent it high into the blue. Hands of men blasted the world asunder. How they lived, God only knew. God only knew. Souls of men, dreaming of skies to conquer, gave us wings ever to soar. With scouts before, and bombs galore, nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force. Here's a toast to the host of those who love the